lower than last year. We've declared an FOB of 7,200, out of which the farmer is getting 5,040, which is 70%.
And you had the CEO of Kojo, Dr. Randy Abe. Now, the Ghana Association of Banks has written to the Bank of Ghana highlighting operational challenges behind the limited dollar supply amid accusations by the minority on Parliament's Economy Committee that banks are deliberately restricting access to maintain the official exchange rate. However, CEO of the association, John Ewa, attributes the shortage to a decline in remittance inflows.
Yes, we have the data to support the fact that remittance flows have also improved, but in the last few weeks to maybe a month or two, we've observed some level of stress within the remittance environment. We don't know where the flows are going, and the supply of remittance flows to the banks have really dwindled. So there are a bit of concerns here and there. I wouldn't characterize that as shortage, but I think there are operational concerns that we've already written to the central bank, which we hope that those operational lapses or concerns will be addressed.
Meanwhile, the Ghana Union of Traders Association GUTA is insisting its members are facing challenges accessing forex assurances, even despite assurances from the governor. Joseph Obeng is president of GUTA.
Extremely difficult to access this forex from the mainstream banks. The trading that we do, the transactional rate that we get is derived from the black market or the forex bureaus instead of the mainstream banks, because that's about 70% of our transactional rate is derived from the black market.
The National Democratic Congress has expressed strong confidence in its newly elected candidate for the Akoto by-election, Bernard Bediako-Bedu, who emerged victorious in the party's primary with 380 votes. He's set to contest the September 2 by-election following the death of New Patriotic Party's MP Ernest Kumi. Mr. Bedu will face off against the NPP's candidate Solomon Esumedu, who is hoping to retain the seat for his party. But the Deputy General Secretary of the NDC, Mustafa Bande, is confident that the candidate will win the seat.
Because we have gone to primaries and we have won and we are going to put ourselves together, you will see us more stronger as a political party than the MPP. So this is what gives me the confidence that the candidate is going to win. Plus the credentials of the candidate, both politically and professionally. If you put that together, let the MPP come and talk about the credentials of the candidate they have gone to impose on the constituency.
The Ghana Education Service has set up 4 security posts in conflict-prone areas to ensure the smooth and safe conduct of the 2025 WASSCE. GES Director General Professor Ernest Kofi Davis says strict security and anti-malpractice measures are in place to protect candidates and exam finals throughout the period.
We have the security posts. The security, I just spoke with the head of security there. We are getting the security presence in the school. The security will be there. So there wouldn't be any day students. All of them will be kept in the school under the security protection until they finish the exams. Those who will need escort will be escorted back to the safe communities they came from. So we have 4. You know the 4 already. One in Nkwanta and 3 at another region.
Well, authorities at Nkwanta Senior High School, Community Senior High Technical School and Chabobo Senior High School in the OT region are urgently appealing for food support for WASSCE candidates, citing a surge in numbers due to the conflict in the area. Headmaster of Nkwanta Senior High School, Solomon Mbabing, spoke to Joy News.
Appeal to the government and also other philanthropies like stakeholders. Yes, we need food because these day students who are in the district, they are more than the borders, and most of them came with an empty hand. There's nothing. So if the school have to feed them, we still need to fall on a few hands that can help us in foodstuffs, art finance or whatever that they can help us.
Have you ever wondered how trotro drivers share their thoughts on politics, faith, or life in general? They let their vehicles do the talking, inscribing bold and personal messages on their windscreens. In our feature titled Talking Trotro, my colleague Kaya Luguada Yomani engages some drivers in Accra to uncover the meaning behind these messages.
Trotros are the most preferred mode of transport in Ghana's capital, Accra. They are affordable and the most convenient form of transportation. They are cheap and go everywhere. But there's something else that travels with them. Messages, usually inscribed on their windshields. From scriptures and religious symbols to favorite football teams and flags. One driver, Yeboah, uses his chocho to make a political statement, reflecting how he feels about past presidents and their time in office.
2020, I write, Mahama is better than this man. And after 2024 election, I write Mahama is better than that man. And I can't mention that person name because I don't want any disturb. That's why I write that man or this man. Any Ghanaian can know the person who I'm talking about.
It's not just for attention. Yeboah believes drivers should have a say too on national issues.
Oh, if you worry me, what can you do? You cannot do anything. Because you have a freedom of speech. And I didn't mention anybody's name. And you can say, I said this man or this man. If you are a sensible person, you see that I'm talking about this man. But you can't tell me that this man I'm talking about. Or if you see the dollar with CD, the dollar is higher than CD. But as now, dollar come down. If you see what is going on, everybody know that Mahama is better than that man.
That report by my colleague Kaya Laguada Yonamini. And that's how we end this morning's bulletin on Joe 99.7 FM. I am Amiesi Nyamiche Thompson, Businesses App. Next on the Super Morning Show, talking about the Super Morning Show, we are celebrating the Sustainability Month and we are discussing fintech and sustainability, coming to you live from the Mobile Money headquarters. But right about now, business is up next.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Ah, go me. At what time when you come back, we are not hear the sound of your car. Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind self be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why you hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the gobe too small.
Go, the go.
Joe Pana. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
See, your rich auntie gets more from Absa. Your childhood friend gets more from Absa. Your favorite uncle gets more from Absa. Your roommate's cry gets more from Absa. Digital solutions get more from Absa. Rewards be bring get more from Absa. 5-star treatment get more from Absa. Preferential rate get more from Absa. Easy banking and no ane Absa. Instant loans and no ane Absa. Bank papa party and no ane Absa. NTK account and get more from Absa. Yes, join thousands of Absa customers enjoying priority treatment, preferential rates, amazing rewards, and seamless digital solutions to help you write the next big chapter of your story. Sign up for an Absa account today and get more. Your story matters. Absa.
Reliable, check. Comfort, check. Strong, check. Tough, check. Tried and tested, check. Affordable, check. Comes in so many colors and sizes, check. Suitable for domestic and industrial use, check. Choose quality, choose Syntex Tank. Available nationwide and comes with 7-year warranty. And remember, Syntex Tank is a caring brand too. Syntex Tank, a strong, a tough.
Cavity protection, This advert is FDA approved.
Kojo, it's 3 a.m. What now?
Ya tisu biomo, ya tisu biomo.
Kojo, not again. It's 4 a.m. What's now?
Sorry. Last year was Yatisubium. This year, crowd, we've gone lower. Yasaya Tiso. I'm back with good news. Amazing news. I've been so cool. SG Ghana loans are back with even lower interest rates. If you're a salaried worker, whether you're on CAGD payroll, work with an SG Ghana listed institution, or already bank with SG Ghana, this is your time. Whether it's completing your dream home, paying school fees, or handling other personal needs, SG Ghana has the perfect loan for you. Walk into any SG Ghana branch from now till September 2025 and ask about Yasaya Tisu Loans promo. Let's help you get things done. You can also call 0302-214-314 for more details. Terms and conditions apply. Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you.
Let me share my experience with you at the new Aqua Safari Resort. When you arrive, you're greeted by warm smiles and introduced to your 24-hour butler who already has your itinerary sorted. Enjoy water sports activities like jet ski rides, kayaking, water sliding, flyboarding, and castanet fishing. You can even have your lunch here on the boat cruise. Let the tour guides take you through the sceneries of the mangrove forest, the friendliness of the animals, while you pet and feed them. We chose to have our breakfast with a beautiful sunrise right in front of our cabin.
Visit Aqua Safari Eco Resort in Ghana, bringing you closer to nature.
Ama, big news! Star Oil is now the largest oil marketing company in Ghana.
Wow, that's huge!
Yes, so the largest distributor of petroleum products in Ghana. Ever since I switched to Star Oil, my car runs smoother. Fuel lasts longer, no strange engine sound, just clean, powerful performance.
Oh, same here. I used to refill every 3 days until I switched to Star Oil. Now, my fuel lasts way longer. I don't know what magic is inside, but my car loves it.
Exactly. It's not magical. From Accra to Kumasi to Tamale, Star Oil day everywhere with 240 filling stations and counting. That's why more Ghanaians are choosing Star Oil.
Hey, my tank is almost empty. I am heading to Star Oil right now before the queue starts.
I'm right behind you, Amma.
We set out with a mission to serve better and lead boldly. We're proud to say we are Ghana's #1 oil marketing company. To our loyal Star Savers across the country, thank you for believing in us. Star Oil, quality and affordable fuels for all.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And this morning we're bringing you the Super Morning Show live from the Momo head office. The 6 a.m. news brought to us by Absa Bank Ghana Limited. Your story matters. And Total Energies, Total, we go the extra mile for you. Which means we can now bring you the Joy Business Report, brought to us by MNC Properties, a member of MNC Group. MNC Properties, choice of class, and Safari Valley Resort, bringing you closer to nature. And then Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank. James, good morning.
Good morning, Winston.
I hope you're doing very well this morning.
I'm good, yourself.
Well, we're managing. As I always say, God is taking care of his children. But before we get into everything, who gets the trumpet this morning?
Let's give it to AGI, the Association of Ghana Industries. I mean, they promised somewhere last week they're going to reduce the price of goods and services.
Well,
if the policy
we
rate
get into the trumpet, then we continue with the Joy Business Report. I was going to ask you when you wrote your WASI, but yesterday I heard Kojo asking you, and you said you wrote your WASI in what
2013, some 12 years ago. Yeah,
Kojo, you wrote yours in 2004.
Yeah,
you wrote SSE.
Yes, I wrote SSE.
We have to distinguish between WASI and SSE, because WASI is post 2005.
Yeah.
So for those of us who wrote before then, we actually did the SSCE. Anyway, the trumpet on the Joy Business Report is brought to us by ECG. Follow at ECG Official on all platforms. Join our vibrant WhatsApp channel and call 0302 611 611 for more information. Over to you, James.
So it goes straight to our trumpet, and it goes to the Association of Ghana Industries, and we say trumpet. Good morning, welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up in this morning's bulletin, government moves to amend Cocoa Boards Act to force the regulator to focus on its core mandate, as Roads Ministry will now take over construction of cocoa roads in the country. And Bank of Ghana Governor Dr. Johnson Esiama assures city's current stability will be sustained throughout the year. Also, industry set to reduce prices if commercial banks go ahead to cut interest rates by some significant margin from this Wednesday. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Joy Business Report. I am James Eshenli. We settle for the details now. First off, government is currently working to amend the act that regulates the activities of Cocoa Board. This will ensure that the regulator of the cocoa sector focuses on its core mandate and will also prevent it from engaging in any quasi-fiscal. The Ministry of Roads and Highways will now also take over the construction of cocoa roads in the country. Finance Minister Dr. Atuforsen disclosed this after announcing a new producer price for cocoa of 3,228 cedis per 64 kilo bag. Meanwhile, Chief Executive of Cocoa Board Dr. Randy Abbey has told Joy Business that these new measures should fast-track the process of returning its financials to a solid position.
First, the scenarios we did, the initial one, because I wanted to have a clean picture, and so did the projections. The projections were going to be over a 4-year period, clear everything. But like I'm saying, our projections have been thrown overboard with the CD, so we are reworking it, and then when we redo it, we'll be able to have a clear picture. But there's nothing like being able to pay the debt in a year or two. What we intend doing, and what I believe we will do, is that any contracts that we sign, any agreement that we enter into, we will pay for it. So we will not worsen the situation. So any contracts that we make, we will pay for them, whilst we also see how we can tie the existing one.
Dr. Randy Abbey is Chief Executive of Cocoa Board. Meanwhile, government is cautioning against smuggling of farm input, especially fertilizers. Isaac Atase Nyakon has more from the press conference by the Finance Minister.
The new price, which takes effect from Thursday, August 7, 2025, comes on the back of a 40% appreciation of the cedi against the dollar since January to date and the continuous fall in inflation. The Finance Minister, Dr. Kasiel Atuforsen, disclosed this after a meeting with the Producer Price Review Committee. He added that the move reflects government's commitment to improving the livelihoods of cocoa farmers. At the press conference, it was revealed that Cocoa Board will roll out the Ghana Cocoa Traceability System, expected to track cocoa produced in the country from the farm gate to the port. The system will enable Ghana to supply cocoa that is deforestation-free, child labor-free, and compliant with EU regulations. He also announced the reintroduction of the free cocoa fertilizer program and the provision of logistics to cushion farmers for the upcoming crop season.
Government strongly advises cocoa farmers to apply these inputs solely for the purpose of improving your cocoa yields and income. Please don't smuggle them.
From the Finance Ministry, Isaac Atase Nyako.
Let's do some more stories now. And within the banking sector, Bank of Ghana Governor Dr. Johnson Esiama has given the firm assurance that the city's current stability will be sustained. It follows fresh concerns that the current good run of the city will be ending soon following a report of shortage. This has resulted in some analysts projecting that it will now end the year at around 11 cedis 28 pesos from the current 10 cedis 50 pesos. But speaking to journalists after engaging members of Parliament, Economy and Development Committee, the governor insisted that this is not the situation on the ground.
The MPC statement that we issued last week, it tells it all. There's no reason why there should be stability. The macro situation is stable, and barring any new shocks, any unforeseen shocks, the stability must continue. Thank you. Sorry?
Back to the end of the year?
The stability must continue. We don't see why there should be pressures now.
And this is not a short-term measure?
No, not at all. It's all addressed in the MPC statement. So go and read that statement.
And that was Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Esiama. In a related development, commercial banks have denied that they are deliberating creating shortage on the market to cash in on surge in dollar demand. John Ewa is the Chief Executive of the Ghana Association of Banks.
I mean, we are in the business of intermediation. If you don't supply the FS, how are you going to undertake the business of banking? And banks that have supply from other sources, from their normal exports and other interventions within the market, they are able to meet the needs. Once those documentations are approved, and we are giving the all clear to undertake those transactions. Obviously, the FS will be supplied by the central bank, and the banks will, do what they have to do. That's why we are there. And so there is no intentional attempt by the banking industry. We don't gain anything from it. We have everything to lose by intentionally withholding supply of FS to the market.
John Ewa is the Chief Executive of the Ghana Association of Banks. Let's still stay within the banking sector. And 4 out of 6 members of the Monetary Policy Committee of the Bank of Ghana voted for 3% rate cut. This was contained in the minutes of vote by the members that was formally released by the Bank of Ghana last night. My colleague George Rafi has been going through this document and joins us with more. George, what were the reasons that influenced the majority of members of the committee to vote for this margin of reduction?
So, James, before I even get into those fine details, just a bit of background to this. Now, the Bank of Ghana governor, or the Bank of Ghana now, is pushing a policy of more of full transparency. So in the past, we didn't have a situation where we get to know how the members voted for and against for a rate cut or a rate hike. And that is why we have these minutes being released to us. In terms of the Monetary Policy Committee, it's made up of, initially, you understand, it was made up of 7 members. But we understand that for this particular meeting, we had 6 members, and they would actually vote for a rate hike or a rate going down. If you go through the minutes, you realize the majority of these members who voted for about a 300 basis point cut were actually worried about the inflation outlook and some threats, and that is why they were arguing that it should be more of a gradual approach. Let's cut it by this margin. If we don't see any threat going forward to inflation, they will cut it again at their next meeting in September this year.
Now, there was actually one member who voted for a higher cut in the policy rate.
And that's what's member 1. If you go through the minutes, that person was voted for 350 basis points or more, 3.5% cut in the Monetary Policy Committee. That's the rate. Now, that person also was worried about the threats to inflation. So we are bringing in this background because you remember that some people were pushing for a higher policy rate cut. But you realize that even if all the members had voted for maybe 350 basis points, that would have been the highest that we have gotten from the committee.
Now, why should we care about this official release, and when will this cut really affect?
Well, you should care about this because you get the understanding of the members of the committee and their concerns about the economy. And also, don't forget that this action would impact on the cost of credit going forward. So we understand that if you are going to service a loan, or you're trying to take a loan, or even a new one, you get an understanding of what this will mean for that loan that you are servicing or you intend to take.
And that was George Rafi there with some update from the Monetary Policy Committee of the Bank of Ghana. Let's now move straight to the industry space, as Association of Ghana Industries has indicated that they will move quickly to reduce price further if commercial banks go ahead to reduce interest rates. Chief Executive of the Association of Ghana, Johnny, has announced some good reduction in interest from this Wednesday. This is in response to the 3% cut in the policy rate by the Bank of Ghana, said Chuma Kobua as the Chief Executive of the Association of Ghana Industries.
If we see significant drop in lending rates, because it's a part of the cost structure of a business, when your cost is coming down, you must also enjoy and transfer part of the gain to your consumers in the form of lowering prices. Because if you don't do that, others will do it and compete you out of the market. It's not a question of I don't want to do it because I need more time. It's a very competitive market. So if you want to be competitive and get your market share, you must reduce your prices. So it's going to happen.
Said Chuma Kobua is the Chief Executive of the Association of Ghana Industries. To some other stories now, some trade analysts have advised African countries hit by tariffs from the US to use the African Continental Free Trade Area to direct export to the East. The US, through new directives, has imposed a 15% tariff on goods from Ghana entering the US. Speaking on the issue, Executive Director and Senior Research Fellow of the Africa-China Center for Policy and Advisory, Paul Frimpong, urged Ghana to take advantage of the tariff-free regime run by China to export to the Asian region.
It's not about why should it be China, it's about where do we get the best opportunity from. And if China is granting you zero tariff access to their market of 1.4 billion, and you have an industrialization agenda, you want to add value. As we know, we recently launched the 24-hour economy, which is about export-driven objective and, of course, creating jobs. So obviously, you want to get access to the market that gives you opportunity. So if China is granting you free access to their market on everything that you export to China, everything, it's not selective.
Paul Frimpong is Executive Director and Senior Research Fellow of the Africa-China Center for Policy and Advisory. You're still listening to the Joy Business Report. Now, Driver Vehicle and Licenses Authority DVLA has raised concerns about the relocation of its Accra Regional Office from its previous location at 37, a suburb of Accra, to Hatchuboshe. In June last year, DVLA's 37 office was relocated to Hatchuboshe to make way for the building of the energy seating project. However, Chief Executive Julius Nikwe-Kwoti says that the land has been sold to private developers, defeating the purpose. He addressed the media when the leadership of DVLA visited the site.
We all know what the law says. When you take land, when government takes land, the government is no longer interested in the land, or government has not used the land for which purpose they requested for the land to be given to them. It is incumbent on the old owner to go back for their land. Coming into office, I sent a petition to my ministry for them to look into the issue. This place is for DVLA. Where they've given to DVLA to operate the Nama office. You know the vehicular, the traffic issues over there. Where people must stay in traffic for sometimes 4 hours before they are able to access that facility. So now we shall fight to have back what DVLA deserves.
Julius Nikwe-Kwoti is Chief Executive of the Driver Vehicle and Licenses Authority. On today's edition of Investor Eye, Head of FinTech and Innovation at the Bank of Ghana, Kwame Opon, emphasizes the need for citizens to report fraudulent mobile money cases to enable the appropriate authorities to act accordingly. Take a listen.
One of the cultural issues I was highlighting, the cultural dynamics there, people never follow through. And this makes it very difficult for us to fully be able to hold people accountable, and they go out there and defraud the next victim. You have to save not just yourself, but you have an obligation to speak up so that someone else may be saved from these same fraudsters.
And that was the Head of FinTech and Innovation at the Bank of Ghana, Kwame Opon. To some commodity news now. Crude oil open trading at $68 a barrel this morning. Gold lost almost $2 and trading at $3,371 an ounce. Cocoa is selling at $7,471 a ton after losing $83. To some currency news now. The dollar is going for 10 cedis 60 pesos. That's the rate some of the major commercial banks are offering to their clients this morning. The British pound is going for 14 cedis 20 pesos. Euro trading at 12 cedis 30 pesos. The forex bureaus, on the other hand, are selling a dollar at 12 cedis 20 pesos. And that's all for the Joy Business Report with me, James Ishen.
James Eshen for joining us with the Joy Business Report here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM, where this morning we're bringing the show to you live from the Momo headquarters. But it means we can bring you our inspirational song for today, and our inspirational song, Kojo, you know our inspirational song for today?
Yes,
one from Samini?
It must be from a man who is known to have been a good associate of the yellow brand, Samini. You remember the song he did? It's your time if you really stand tall.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Believe in yourself everywhere you go.
Yeah.
But we are bringing you a much more recent song from Samini. Yeah.
Chana.
Yes.
Okay, so let's enjoy Chana from Samini. That's the inspirational song for today.
The Super Morning Show is always the best. Joy 99.7
Africa titengala abla junga mansuma katla nuarieni katewale te kuntari fanga Africa timala abla junga mansuma katitare hakila kana ne dogenga kuntari tona Today I tell you my people shine like the bright star in the skies, cause it's a brand new day for the best to play. Today I tell you my people shine like the bright morning sunlight. Let the whole world know the future is bright. Africa, you make a teacher.
inspirational song for this morning, Africa Rise, yeah? That's the China. Rise and shine.
Yes. I love the song. I love the lyrics. I love Samini's energy.
You understand the full.
Well, I can just pull up the lyrics for you and.
No, hold on.
Shining bright.
No, I am just asking a very simple question. Senior Akoto Boateng, do you understand the lyrics?
He says, "Today I tell you, my people, shine like the bright star in the skies, because it's a brand new day for the best to play. Today I tell you, my people, shine like the bright morning sun. Let the world know the future is bright."
So that's all you can understand.
Yes.
The rest there you don't understand.
Africa, China, oh my.
Then continue.
Oh yeah.
Continue. I want you to continue. Because see, we enjoy songs. I enjoy songs from Senegal. I do not understand them.
Yeah.
I remember trying to understand Youssou N'Dour's Birima.
Yeah.
So I met a Senegalese and I was asking him, and he was struggling with English. So the explanation, and I just said, "Oh, don't worry." But I just love the song.
Yeah.
And that's it.
If you promise to send me Momo this morning, I'll give you my hard drive, which contains music from all African countries.
Okay.
Whenever I travel across the continent, I take Ghanaian music to them and I copy their music.
Okay.
And I have a great collection of music from all over Africa.
Okay.
If you send me Momo right now, I'll give you.
Okay.
I'll give you the music.
Okay. If